Hey there, I'm Lindsay Dreyer, and this is the Happy Agent Co. podcast, the real estate podcast for real estate agents and team leads who want to build a business that actually feels good. I've been in real estate for over 20 years, and I created this show because I was tired of the same old one-size-fits-all advice. Each week, I share my tips and strategies along with guest interviews that feature agents who are building a life and business they love. If you're done following outdated advice that does not fit your life and you're ready for a smarter, more human way to grow your real estate business, you're in the right place. Hello, friends. Happy April. I am Lindsay Dreyer, your host, real estate coach, brokerage owner, and busy mom of three. And I am here to hopefully give you some insights that will help you run a business that you actually love. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I don't think enough people talk about in real estate, which is burnout. You can be successful, genuinely, objectively on paper successful, and still feel completely wrong and gross and overwhelmed and just meh about your business. And I don't mean like wrong or meh, like you're failing it, or it's more like shoes that don't fit right. Like everything looks fine from the outside, but every single day something feels off and it's pinching your feet, honestly. Maybe you're dreading answering your phone, or you're snapping at the people that you love. Maybe you're staring at your like tons of GCI and feeling absolute nothingness. You're no excitement, no energy. Just like, I guess I'll make another $30,000. And I know that that sounds spoiled. And I think that that's like another thing we get into is like, I should be grateful for my success. And yes, of course we should be grateful. But this is real and it is information. And honestly, it's a sign and something that you need to pay attention to. So today we're going to talk about what these feelings and signs are actually telling you, and the signs that no one really talks about that you have real estate burnout. I even struggle with like what to name this because I think burnout has become this kind of trendy buzzword. Thanks, ChatGPT. And it's just this like feeling like of malaise almost, or apathy, or you're just like, I want to burn this down. Sometimes anger, honestly. It's a very confusing feeling because it doesn't have a clean name and it changes by the day. And I think that for women in particular who are so achievement oriented, or like where we used to get so much satisfaction out of our achievement of looking at, oh yeah, this is a great month. I did 50K in gross commissions. Like it's confusing, honestly, because it's not even like you're unhappy, your numbers are fine, you still really love real estate, like you chose it, you're really proud of what you built. So what is this? And I think what it comes down to is it's misalignment. Like your business has drifted away from the life that you actually want. And because everything still looks fine on paper, you just keep waiting yourself out and you're just like waiting to kind of like snap out of it. And so you try to get grateful, you try to get motivated, and you're really like trying so hard to get back to the version of you who loved this. And I just think that that is the wrong way to look at it because we evolve as people, our lives evolve, especially our personal lives. Like if you started your career when your children were really young or even before you had children, and you're now like growing your real estate business along a growing family, that misalignment becomes so much more real because it's no longer about alignment with just you. It's now alignment with your life and your family and all of these other competing interests. And that feeling does not go away on its own. And I see so many women who are just like waiting to snap out of it. And it just doesn't go away. It gets louder. And the more you ignore it, the louder it gets. And the agents who ignore it the longest are eventually the ones who end up making like really big decisions. Like they shut down their team, they burn it all down, they quit a career that they actually could still love. And they blow it all up when really they could have just intentionally rebuilt it. So today I want to give you some language for what you might be feeling or experiencing, because I really believe that when you can name it, name the symptoms, name how you're feeling, you can actually do something about it. So we're going to shine some light, because you can't fix what you can't name, and you can't name what no one really has ever talked about. And this is a conversation that our industry just really, really does not like to talk about. So hopefully you will feel seen. That is my goal for this episode. I'm going to walk you through the things that I think of as real signs of burnout or misalignment. And they are sometimes quiet, and they could be ones that you've been explaining away for months. It could be years. But I want you to listen to this like a checklist, not to like get freaked out or diagnose yourself, but to just get honest, get curious about where you're at with your real estate business. Without further ado, let's dive into sign number 1, which is you are reactive all day long, which then puts you exhausted by noon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Usually it's when the kids get home, but you start every day with the best of intentions, your to-do list, and by 10 a.m., the list is completely irrelevant because you have already spent hours putting out other people's fires, and you really feel like the day is running you. You are not running your day. And that exhaustion that you're feeling, it's not physical. Like no amount of sleep will fix it. It's the exhaustion of never feeling like you're in control of your own time, that you are constantly being needed in a way that leaves nothing for you. And this hits moms especially so hard, because you are needed during the day with work, sometimes nights and weekends as well with work, and then that 24/7 always being on for your family. And this is why I feel like a lot of real estate careers blow up when people become moms, because you go from being reactive all day with your real estate business to being reactive all day with kids. And reactivity is not because like it's exhausting because you're doing a lot, but it's also because nothing feels like yours. You feel like everything is out of your control. So if you're checking your phone before you get out of bed, not because you want to, but because stuff's blowing up, or your priorities are whoever just needs you the most right now. So whether that's your real estate business or your actual children, you end every single week looking at where it went, and you're like, what did I actually accomplish this week? And I know this is a really common one for a lot of real estate agents. And this is like real deal. Is it like your best thinking happens in the shower because that's the only uninterrupted time that you have? Oh gosh, relatable. So that reactivity, it does have a cost, and it does make you exhausted. So if you fall into that bucket where you're reactive all day and you are just absolutely exhausted all the time, this is for you. This is your love letter. All right. Sign number 2 is that new business feels heavy. You like dread it instead of it feeling exciting. So this is one that I think a lot of people have a hard time admitting because it sounds really ungrateful, and women have a very hard time with sounding ungrateful. You get a new referral, someone you really love sends you a new client, and instead of feeling super excited to like meet them and like get down to brass tacks and like start the home search, you feel dread. You're like, all right, where am I going to actually fit this into my life? And we've all been there. And I want to tell you that feeling actually isn't about this client, which you probably are figuring out. It's about a business that is already at capacity. It's about a person who is at capacity, aka you, and you have no room to breathe. You have no breathing room. So when your business is built too tightly around you, every new thing, whether it's a new client or an issue that comes up, feels like a threat instead of an opportunity. It's your nervous system being like, I can't handle one more thing. Like, I know that you probably love real estate, but you might be resenting your pipeline. You're answering your emails at 9 o'clock at night, and it's not because you have to, but it's because you never built a boundary around yourself. And I think that there's this tendency to be like, I just need to push through this season. I just need to like push through this. But there's always another season. And so when new business is feeling like a burden, that's not you being ungrateful. That's information that's telling you that your business is broken. Like your systems, your boundaries, like you're overloaded. And so if that is where you're at, where you get new business and you're like, how am I going to handle this? I already feel so tapped out. That is the second sign that you are burned out. Sign number 3 is that you are physically present, but you are mentally somewhere else. And this one really breaks my heart because I have absolutely lived it, especially with my kiddos. So that you could be at dinner, you could be at a school event, maybe you're on that vacation that you saved up for and you're like physically there, but you are not mentally there. Like part of your brain is always somewhere else. It could be like that pending contract. It could be those unanswered emails. It could be a client who texted you while you were trying to be a human being who isn't a real estate agent for like 2 seconds, and you feel guilty. And this guilt compounds because you feel bad about the work and you feel bad about being distracted from your life and paying attention to those that you love or having like you time. And you're losing. Like you feel like you're just losing no matter what you do. And I think that this is a really big one because you want to take care of everything. We all do. Like that is just how we are as women. We never want to look like we're incapable or incapable or ungrateful. Like we don't want to look like either of those. We want to look like we've got it all together. It's just kind of how society has trained us. I know none of you built your business so you could miss your life. So many of us get into this business because we wanted freedom. We wanted control of our schedule. We wanted to build something that was ours. But between your first deal and now, you're realizing that like you built something that you don't enjoy, like something that is a monster, something that is making you be physically there, but you're mentally somewhere else. And that is a kind of like silent sign of burnout that I think a lot of people don't see, is that like mental distraction, because you're physically there, but mentally you are somewhere else. And I know that the people around us feel it, and it's really hard. But this is where you can definitely set some boundaries and like try to stop being in 2 places at once, which I know is easier said than done. All right, so we've covered sign 1, you're reactive all day and exhausted by noon. Sign 2, new business feels dreadful instead of exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing because it's so depressing and sad, right? Sign 3 is you're physically present, but you're mentally somewhere else, which brings us to sign 4, which is apathy. You stopped growing and it doesn't even bother you anymore. Like you're just like, meh, just that feeling of meh. And I think that this one's subtle and it kind of sneaks up on you. So early in your career, I know you're like curious, you're trying new things, you have goals you're really excited about, and now you're just executing. Like you're maintaining, you're doing what you've always done because it just works, and because there's no time or energy left for anything else, you're just like, it's like autopilot. And I think it's okay to be on autopilot, actually. I like love setting up a business where you're on autopilot, but the difference is how you feel about that. There are people that are really like excited about a business that they can put on autopilot that like really gives them their life back. And then there's people that are just like tapped. They're like not excited about autopilot and they're just plateaued. And the scariest part about the plateau isn't actually the plateau itself. It's that you stopped caring about the plateau. You stopped caring about your business. And like, we've been there. I have been at every single one of these points, which is how I know like that it can get better. Like you used to have ideas, you used to have big ideas, you used to have a whiteboard full of plans. Your notes app was overflowing with things that you were pumped about when things slowed down. But like, when was the last time you actually did something and you were excited about something new? And I think that this is a hard one. Like this definitely is a sign of burnout that is tricky because, again, kind of like all the other signs, it's like it all looks okay on the outside. It's just these subtle little things on the inside that are signs that something is misaligned. So if you have reached a plateau or you're in autopilot mode and you're just kind of like, meh, that is a sign that you are in burnout. That is a sign that stagnation is actually an issue. Okay, sign number 5 is the thought of quitting has crossed your mind. I think, again, like we've all experienced these, right? It's just like how persistent they are. Who has ever wanted to burn their real estate business to the ground? Who has wanted to go and get that stable 9-to-5 job where you close your computer at the end of the day and you are left alone forever? I know that we like dream about this as real estate agents. So if you have ever had the urge to walk away, to blow it all up, to burn it all down, to do something completely different, that is your joy compass going off. It is information. It is your nervous system saying, girl, something has got to change because this is not sustainable. And it doesn't mean everything. It actually may not even mean like you have to switch careers. It may not even mean that you need new clients, but just something needs to change. And those agents, maybe it's you who feel like you want to burn it all down. You're not a failure. You probably have a really successful business and you really give a shit. Like typically these are the agents who care the most about their clients and their families, but you just have something that you built that stopped fitting you. Doesn't fit your life anymore. It's misaligned. And I think that's what all of these signs are pointing to. It is pointing to that misalignment. That urge to burn it down, it is not the problem, but it is a sign that you need to deal with your business and you need to listen to it. So if you have felt or heard or dealt with any of these 5 signs of burnout, here's what I want you to know. This is not necessarily a you problem. It is a design problem. The business you built was designed for a version of your life that may not exist anymore. And for so many of us, this is the case. Or honestly, I'll be real, it may never have been designed to fit your life at all. You just kind of were like winging it. But as more things got added to your plate, as it grew organically, it just stopped working. And it works until it doesn't. And that is not like a failure. It's not a mistake. It's just misalignment. As a recovering burnout agent and brokerage owner, here's what I know from the other side of it is that the agents who feel this way are almost never the ones that should quit. Like they're the ones that care too much to keep going the way that they're going. And you have high standards. It's why you feel this way. So I don't think you have to quit and you do not have to blow it all up, but you do have to stop pretending that the feeling isn't there because it's not going away. It's just going to get louder and louder and louder until you listen to it. Here's what I typically do with my coaching clients. We will Marie Kondo their business. We pull everything out of the closet, every client type, every system, every habit, everything they do because it's how they've always done it. And we just put it out there. And then we go through it. And we're like, does this spark joy? Does this fit the life that I actually want? Does this stay? Does this go? What kind of support do I need to bring in? Do I need some new outfits? Like there might be some new outfits you need to bring in. And then, only then, that's when we put it back together. And we do that intentionally and make sure that it is aligned. So what's actually left in your business closet fits your life. Like you can walk into your closet and be excited like about your day and about getting dressed to go to work. And that's it. That's the work. And it starts with one honest answer to one single question, which is, what do I want my Tuesday to actually feel like? And it's not your best Tuesday, not like your fantasy Tuesday, but like a regular Tuesday. Do you want to be finished with your day by 3 p.m.? Do you want to not check your phone at dinner? Do you want to feel excited when a new client calls instead of exhausted? Do you want to actually be wound down by 7 o'clock and put your kids to bed and read a book, take a bath, enjoy a show? Like you have a choice. And I think that we are not told that enough in our industry. You absolutely have a choice on how you run your real estate business. And it may not be for everyone, and that is okay. But this is where the work begins. It begins with you and what you want. You do not need to burn it all down, but you do need to empty the closet and decide what actually stays. That is your pep talk. Those are the signs of real estate burnout that I feel like nobody talks about, especially when it's related to mamas in real estate. If you found this helpful, please share it with an agent friend who needs to hear it. It might be the one who's been saying, I'm fine a little too often lately. I think she'll appreciate it. Until next time, I hope that you stay happy. Hey there, quick favor. If you enjoyed today's episode, would you take a few seconds to leave a quick review? It would mean the world to me. I also want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the Happy Agent Co podcast. I hope you feel inspired to keep building a life and business you love. Until next time, stay